Hello everybody, my name is The Humble Gamer. Welcome back to The Forager, Part 5. I keep saying The Forager when it's just Forager, but we continue from where I left off in the last video, which is we made one lighthouse, numero uno. Things are only going to speed up from here, because the process from here is literally going to be mine enough resources to build another lighthouse, rinse and repeat. And the more lighthouses we build, the more we'll obtain from the ground, more materials we obtain from the ground, from shoveling, the more we can upgrade tools and the faster we can work. So things will start to speed up from here, hopefully. But as with the other videos, after this beginning spiel, there's going to be lots of cutting. So, because there's going to be just lots of silence where I'm just digging away, mining resources, and you don't need to see that. So, let's get on with it. Oh, I got another achievement. Jealous. Have 100 jelly in your inventory. Nice meme. Nice. Love it. Well, you know what? While I'm back and I'm just, mining away, digging here, I'm just trying to get the resources for a second lighthouse at the moment. It's been about 5 minutes, but I had a couple of things to talk about, so I don't know. I guess I'll mention one. So it's actually been quite a while since I last since I last recorded a video. About 3 weeks actually. I've just not been in the mood, so I just put it off until I felt more in the mood to do it again, and I felt like sitting down and just playing a bit of Forager today. So I mean, I know I've already beat this game, so there's not really much point for me to play it other than just to show it off and show off this cool thing that you can do while I'm doing it the first time round anyway. Because obviously this is the first time I'm doing this whole glitching thing with the lighthouses, which isn't doable in the newer versions of the game on PC, and I imagine it won't be doable when those updates come to console either. So might as well do it while I can, while I've got an opportunity. But anyway, that's all I've got to say. I'll be back in a minute. Hey, you know what? How about another update, right? Because I got, obviously I haven't done all that much since the last time I played this, but I've got a few things that I definitely could do with ranting and raving about, because oh my god. So I know I've said in the past I'm quite a bit of an animation buff. I do love a good cartoon or a good animated movie, and oh my lord, one of each of those things came out very recently that are all bonum magnifique, just the best, right? So the most recent one, which I only watched yesterday on Netflix, only came out the day before yesterday, I think, which is Clouds. If you want something beautifully animated with amazingly good feels, right? We're talking a feel-good movie, right? And it's a Christmas movie as well. So if you're in that Christmassy mood, definitely for you. It is worth a watch, honestly. Such a good movie. Oh my god. I mean, I'm not going to say... I'm not one to speak about the writing in movies because I'm not a writer. I don't know the inner workings and machinations of the minds of a prolific writer. It's probably quite generic for a written story. But the way it's animated and the screen... what do they call it? The... Is it screenplay? No, it wouldn't be screenplay. It'd be like the... oh god, there's a word for it. The backgrounds, the backdrops. They're really beautiful. They're gorgeous. And then on the same note as that, another thing that I watched, which was a TV show, Green Eggs and Ham. Holy crap. I didn't even think it was possible to make something like that in the modern age. I had no idea it was possible to be able to afford something of that quality. But Green Eggs and Ham, if you don't know what it is an animated TV show based on the Dr. Seuss book Green Eggs and Ham, which was essentially just about picky eaters. You don't like it, or you don't know if you like it till you've tried it. One of those morals, right? So, okay, we've leveled up to level 15. Okay, I'll deal with that in a minute. And we've got more XP. So they made an animated show out of that. 13 episodes, about 25 minutes each. And oh my lord, it is beautiful. And actually well written as well. It doesn't seem as generic as Clouds might, but it is very, very well written. It's got a lot of visual gags as well as you know, written gags because it's Dr. Seuss and there's a lot of sarcasm there in the way he wrote. But man, it is a gorgeous thing to watch, honestly. I really enjoyed it. So I had to mention those two things, Clowes and Green Eggs and Ham, because they are both fantastic and really have tickled my my cartoon fan bone, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, that's enough of fangirling over that. Let's actually get this next skill. So before I started this, I actually did a little research on what skills I have and where I need to go in order to get the skills I need going forward. Two very important skills that we're going to need going forward are going to be right at the very top of this bar over here, right? So trade unlocks markets. Now markets are going to be really important for receiving certain materials to upgrade certain tools. So we're going to need that right now, because otherwise the only other thing we're worrying about is building lighthouses so that we can get items to sell to the shop that we don't need to make money to buy more stuff that we do need. So that's the process here. That's the process I'm going through in my head. So we're going to get trade and trade is going to lead to commerce. Items discarded from your inventory are instantly sold, or crafted items sold. So we'll be going for this one next, and then we'll be going along the top row to the right of this one, all the way over to the far corner, which will be capitalism, and that will be our big achievement, because that's what's going to allow us to make XP selling to the market, which will allow us to make so much leveling up so much easier. I don't know why I said it like that, but anyway, this is a really long rant section. I've been talking probably straight for about 2 or 3 minutes now without cutting, so let's get back to the old mining, shall we? Aha, okay. We got another achievement. Smelter, craft 500 furnace items. Awesome. Alright, so now we have everything we need to build another lighthouse, which didn't take all that long at all, actually. I think since I started recording, it's been 18 minutes. I don't know how long that's actually going to turn out to be with cuts. Probably about 10, but maybe less than 10. But yeah, so we're going to build the next lighthouse now. Let's not fucking dilly-dally, because the sooner we get all of these lighthouses built, the sooner we can start farming a bunch more stuff. So yeah, let's just stick that up there. We'll be placing a lot more lighthouses than this eventually. So now these two are overlapping. So what that means is when I mine in this area now, there'll be more chances and more drops than over where there's only one layer of lighthouse. So this whole area now is pretty good. We will eventually get the flower press to put some more dirt down here and make this more, you know. We'll build land all the way around the lighthouses so that we have more space to do some farming. Eventually, it's not going to matter anyway. Eventually, the point will be to have lighthouse. I think 2 layers of lighthouses all the way along here will do just fine. If we have one more down here and then one behind each of them, those 6 lighthouses, and then maybe one up there and one down there will make this area really, really rich with drops. So anyway, let's continue. Okay, so we're almost to the next lighthouse, so I thought I'd come back here just to update you on some more stuff, I guess. Because I told you about Clowes and Green Eggs and Ham earlier, but there are a couple other things I suppose I could talk about. I think I had mentioned before that I'd been playing Fallout 3 again. I thought I'd just elaborate on that, because I've dug right into the game again now, and I think I'm about 25 hours in. But man, I found a loadout online, right? I went to look for a loadout for the vanilla game that works towards upgrading every stat to the maximum by the end. And it's weird that it's such a simple sort of concept to understand once you know it, once you've played the game once. Because the stat system isn't all that hard to get around, you know, if you want your character to be op as hell. Like, for example, right at the beginning of the game, right from the get-go, Operation Anchorage, if you do that at level 4, by the time you're done with Operation, and Operation Anchorage is super easy as well, because obviously, especially with save states, the game basically, the DLC is basically you get all your weapons for free, all your guns, your ammo for free. You get free health refills. So it's a really easy DLC, and by the end of it, you get the most powerful armor in the entire game. So boom, you're already set up straight away for the rest of the game with the best armor. And then, of course, if you're picking certain skills that aren't time related as you level up, that is certain perks anyway. That's also a good thing, because then you obviously don't waste perks on things that are only going to be relevant for like a couple of levels. You get stuff that lasts forever, like perks that up your damage taken resistance by 5% or whatever. That's forever, not temporary. Stuff like that. There is one time right at the beginning it says to take intense training in this loadout, actually, which I did. And it says that because there's one particular skill that is kind of hard to get to 10 without using an intense training at the beginning to get it leveled up once. Apparently by the end of the game that could be an issue otherwise. But yeah, anyway, we're almost there right now, ready to build the third lighthouse, which hopefully should be all we need for a while, because to be honest, and this is the big issue here with this kind of what we're doing. The reason I'm doing this is because of all the stuff you can get out of the ground. But the problem is, a lot of it you won't get until you upgrade the shovel. So what we're going to need to do is to get the market up and running. So once we have this lighthouse up, which we're about to do. There we go, lighthouse. Boom, there we go. Right, so now that we have that lighthouse up, what we're going to need to focus on, and we're really close actually to leveling up to 16, we're going to need to focus on getting a market made. Because once we've got a market, we can hopefully find those last few little things we need to upgrade the shovel, unless of course we get lucky enough to get bones from the ground here, which I'm hoping we do. Let's see. We're getting a lot of sand. A lot of sand. Okay, we got 16 sand. I mean, there's a lot of sand, there's a lot of glass, but it's not exactly what we need. Okay, there we go. We've got 8 sand from one spot there. So yeah, we're going to need to focus on building a market. That's going to be the next big thing that we need to do. Okay, there we go. We've got level 16. I had to do a little bit of thinking there before I continued mining to get my level up. So let's go into skills, and we're just going to pick the next one, which is going to be commerce. Items discarded from your inventory are sold. So this is where we will start gaining our money right here. This moment right here. Supply, when we finally get to build a market, this will mean markets will sell more. I think they initially sell 3 items at a time, and when you get this, they sell 6 at a time. Different items, I mean. So we will get that next, and we will move our way along this upper row up here. But until then, I'm going to start selling stuff, because I'm going to need to save up money while I'm mining the resources to build my first market. So that's what I'm going to be working on now until the next clip, whenever you see me. Oh, we don't need the jelly. Okay, right. I'm going to hope, beyond all hope, right, that I just made a good judgment call there. I decided to... Oh, yeah, no, I made a good judgment call. Thank God for this area where I can farm tons of slime. Okay, so I'm going to buy this land over here. Oh, shit, I just realised that's not going to be enough, is it? Because we need to go over further than that to get to the desert. Okay, let me explain. I need to upgrade the shovel. And to upgrade the shovel, I need bottle beetles. Beetles can only be found in the desert biome, which is over to the right. This island... Actually, wait, no, this island is the central island. This is the island to the right, which means the island to the right of that will be a desert island. It should be. Okay. Fingers crossed, everybody. It's going to cost pretty much all my money. Yes! And look, I can see the beetles. Okay. Are they walking across the road? Why would they do that? Okay, so now that we've done that, we can farm the beetles we need, and slowly but surely I'll build up the iron and gold as well, so I can build the steel I need. But once we have the next shovel up, we should be able to farm more. So I hopefully should be able to get more from digging than just sand after that point. That's going to be the next big thing. Now I've got about 15 minutes left to record. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it in that time, but we'll see how much progress I can make towards that, and if I show any of it. So give me a bit. Aha, number 4. One more bug, and well, actually we don't have the steel yet. We have to actually make the steel in order to make the next shovel. Also another level up. And more XP. Bloody hell, everything's happening right now. Okay, I'll tell you what, we'll come back now then, because that's a lot of action happening for one like 30-second period. So I'm actually enjoying this thoroughly. I know I'm not talking so much, but that's more on my own sort of... What am I trying to say here? It's more on my own head. I don't really want to talk that much in this series. This whole series is sort of completely copied off Dangerously Funny. Sort of, I said. It's not sort of, it's completely copied off Dangerously Funny, or at least inspired by him. Because I liked his idea of sort of just cutting to the chase, you know, with certain things. And this game is quite long. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of just this running around farming, and so I thought, you know what, I'll talk about a few things like I normally do in videos, just some random topics or whatever if I can think of any. And when I'm not, I'll just stay quiet and cut it out. So I'm actually enjoying it though. Oh, poop. That's good. Poop is good. Poop is very good. Don't be constipated. If you have constipation, take constipation tablets. I've been constipated before myself, and it sucks. It sucks. It's horrible. Okay, is there one more beetle? Yes, there is. There's another beetle over there. Okay, let's get it. Let's get it. There we go. Okay, we've got 5 beetles. Now we have to go through the pain in the arse of actually making the steel required. It's 10 steel, isn't it? Yeah, 10 steel in order to make the Nomad shovel. That is not cheap. That is not cheap at all. It is going to take quite a bit to make that much steel. Do we even have... Oh, Jesus. Okay, hold on. How much does it cost for steel? Fuck me. Is that because of how much steel I've made already? 13 gold ingots currently. No, sorry, no. It costs 4 iron and 4 gold per steel. So how much is fucking 10 steel gonna cost? I can't do math in my head. Oh, it also costs 4 coal. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well, that's going to be a pain in the arse to do. But once we've done it, though, we'll have the next upgrade for the shovel, which will be super useful to have. Do we have any dig spots sitting around? You, cow. You have leather. Oh, my gosh. I can't farm leather off you, though. I have to kill you to get your leather. Oh, that sucks. Oh, wait, why didn't I wait? I should have waited until you walked into the area with the lighthouses. What am I, a fucking dumbass? Oh my god. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, we're coming up on the point where I need to stop now anyway, because I only do these for an hour at a time, and however long they come out at is however long they come out at. But we've made some serious progress today. I've built 2 more lighthouses. I've made some serious headway towards getting a market and also towards upgrading my shovel, which will both be done in the next video, definitely. There's no way they won't. I thought I might get them done by the end of today's video, but it's just not going to happen. But we'll keep working on it. In the next video, I'll keep farming, making the steel I need to get the shovel. And once we've got the shovel upgraded, we should be able to farm more out of this area with the lighthouses. Then we need to build a market. We need to keep working our way towards capitalism, which is at the very far corner of this section up here. So we'll get supply here, and then we only need 2 more levels in order to get where we're going. So we're going to have to go through gambling to get there. But once we've got gambling, the next one along will be capitalism, and that will allow us to make XP by selling, which is where we're going to get pretty much all of our XP to level us up to the top level in the game. So we'll keep doing that. Still got 5 minutes, so I'll just keep farming here, and perhaps even talk a little bit more. I haven't talked a lot lately. I've like I said earlier, I've not been really feeling it in terms of recording recently. It's been kind of one of those Debbie Downer sort of times. Just not in the mood for much. I went to have a nice dinner yesterday with my dad. We went to a nice restaurant, had a roast dinner. It was lovely. They make the best roast dinners. I'm not going to say where it is though. Okay, here we go. And 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. We could do that dungeon over there. We could do that, but I'm going to not, because probably best not to waste a whole video on that right now. Oh, I've got more gems. I'm selling those for now. They are really, really useful later, but really we don't need them right now, so best to sell them while we've got the opportunity. Make some money out of it so that we can potentially buy a bit more land far away from where we're doing this lighthouse thing. Because this is another thing before I end this video in a couple of minutes. These lighthouses, when you put a bunch of them down, obviously it does make a lot more stuff spawn in the radius of them. However, it will stop you from being able to buy the islands in the areas where they are, which means we won't be able to buy this island over here to the left, so we won't know what's on it. It could be something supremely important, but we won't know because we can't get it without getting rid of the lighthouses. So unfortunately that means that we're just going to have to stick to the one area, this island, and use this as the base of operations for this whole front really, and we'll surround it with lighthouses. We will use it as a way to farm anything and everything we need, and hopefully by the time we get to a certain point we won't need it anymore. We can just get rid of the lighthouses and we'll have everything we need to finish the game with. So, but yeah, anyway, that's it. I think I'm going to call it there. I probably should anyway, but I don't know how long this video is going to come out to. It'll probably be a 20-minute one. I hope not. I hope it's not like more than 20 minutes. I really try not to make them too long, but if it is, whatever. This one isn't, I don't think, as excitable as my other ones, but we're working on it. We're working towards the inevitable goal, and hopefully next video we will, like I said before, upgrade the shovel, get the market running, and get to capitalism as well, so that we can start making XP from selling stuff. So until then, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!